Hiya papaya, everybody. How we doing tonight?
AJ, why is your screen so dark?
Okay, so I saw the news about Aaron Rodgers and his darkness retreat, and I thought that'd be kind of cool. So I am actually coming live to you now from a darkness retreat. I had to black out the screens. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
Typing, by the way, on a dark laptop, it's a lot of fun. You guys probably know I was a little bit late getting into the StreamYard, but
We
yeah,
did
it's
notice, yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So where are you?
Yeah, where is the darkness retreat at exactly?
I rented this little house and it's kind of cool. Like it's not just that the windows are blacked out and the doors disappeared and everything. It's just kind of like they disappeared. Like I spared no expense. There are no windows or doors anywhere in here.
AJ, blink twice if you are okay. Oh wait, I can't see him.
I blinked twice.
I thought the moonshine made me go blind. I wasn't sure, but
That's some strong shine.
Guys,
right
What is
go
that sound?
upstairs. Go. This is getting a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm about to skidamarinct myself. Hi, my name is
that's not
AJ
good.
Lancaster. Hiya, papaya. We're coming to you from a liminal space between consciousness and unconsciousness, life and death, heaven and hell. This is shit. Here we go again.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
For roping. I like that.
You're a jabroni.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. It's What the Show. My name is AJ Lancaster, coming to you from a liminal space between heaven and hell, and my soul is on fire.
All right. Well, speaking of heaven and hell, I am Juicylvania. I just got done playing through the first Castlevania game. I should say the first 3 levels of it, and I am ready to stab Dracula with an axe.
I respect
Keep
that.
the axe.
What is that? You know what? Let's introduce our guest. Cousin Ryan is here, everyone. It's Cousin Ryan.
What's up,
He's
everybody?
here live from Las Vegas. Cousin Ryan, did you go to the Pro Bowl?
No, I did not. I was not here for the Pro Bowl.
You were fortunate.
You missed probably nothing, but
Okay, I loved the Pro Bowl.
AJ enjoyed the Pro Bowl.
Of course,
I am-
enjoyed the Pro
I am
Bowl.
a Pro Bowl games enthusiast. I didn't watch it. It's catch the highlights any other year. I wanted every second of highly paid professional athletes at the pinnacle of their level doing summer camp games. And that's exactly what this is.
Mhm.
It's so much fun.
I loved seeing Derek Carr come out there, and I watched it, and watching Carr throw that football like that.
His interview afterwards was even better, though.
10 out of 10.
Have you ever been on that fire before? Not that hot. Have you ever been that hot before? Not that hot. Probably want to get to play somewhere else.
I like
No,
that.
Moose had me in Temecula drinking wine with him. We were being fancy, so
Ooh,
Oh.
good stuff.
fancy.
Exactly.
Oh, that is.
Happy
Oh yeah, it was his
birthday,
birthday
Moose.
this weekend, wasn't
Yeah.
It was. Yep, it was.
Belated happy
Oh, wow,
birthday,
happy.
Moose. And speaking of which, just 1 second. Well, okay. Moose Haas donated $10 saying, "Love you guys, love Cousin Ryan. Have a great show, you amazing people." Ben Rayner, we miss you every day, bud.
Wow.
And that's going into the fact that if you go to streamlabs.com/whattheshow, the link pinned in the comments. Keep in mind, no donation to this program goes to improving the quality of the program, which is why the quality is the way it is. It goes towards helping communities, helping people we love. In this case, we're donating to the GoFundMe for Ben Rayner, somebody that we lost too early, somebody who we all love in the fan community. And those donations are going to
it's going to go to to benefit. I hope I say this right. Dysautonomia Foundation.
yes.
I definitely didn't say that, but I definitely did not say that right. It's Ben Rayner. It's the disease that Ben lived with his whole life, and as a tribute, his family set up a GoFundMe that all of the proceeds would go towards research to finding assistance for the disease he had. So we're all about that. We're definitely going to do all of our donations for the month are going to go to that, and let's help find a cure.
Yeah.
And sometimes with these donations, by the way, just to let you guys know that we're not just shoveling your guys' money somewhere. Last month we had $6 in donations for the entire month. So we donated $100 to the Karen Preston Volpe Foundation. We take part in these things too. So know that we're participating with you.
Absolutely.
And apparently,
He had
there was a keg.
Pup kegs. I don't remember most of it. There's a lot of drinking involved, so
So that's a good party.
That's
It was.
a good time then. That was a good time.
it
Moose was
was.
celebrating the big 4-0, correct?
Yeah, he's getting old. He's getting up there.
Wow.
It's a big one.
I'm older than Moose. I learned something.
Has anyone noticed he has glasses now? It's because he's oh man.
I went 40 years without needing them, and now all of
So
a
you
sudden.
got him. I think he looks so studious.
To be fair, though, I hadn't been to an eye doctor in a few years. So.
Probably needed them much sooner. It's fine. He was on the roads, everyone.
Oh,
So
it just happened.
I cannot survive without my contact lenses. And what if we do, Bethany? You have perfect sight, probably, right?
Oh, this is hurting.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Oh damn!
We've
I
learned.
was gonna
Yeah,
say
glasses.
everybody wears their glasses stream. I need to get a pair of frames.
I'll
I've
buy
been putting it off.
fake ones if you need me to for the stream.
She tried these on just to see it. It made it way worse for her.
Yeah, I'm certainly not nearsighted. I
Yeah.
can clearly see distance because that hurt my head putting those on. I think I'm good. Close to, I don't know. I think.
Don't get old.
So far, so good. Hey, beats the alternative.
I got the
What time is-
contacts too, so I feel you. So I'm blind as a bat without them. I get it.
Oh yeah, same. Like I am like a -4 in both eyes, roughly, plus or minus half. But it's pretty bad.
I also don't know how people do contacts. Like, I'm sure if push came to shove and I had to do it, I could do it. But the thought of
Jamming
So
something
you
in your
just do
eye.
this.
Yep, one-handed, all one-handed.
But also, I say that as a person who puts on like eye makeup every day, and I'm like, in there. So maybe actually wouldn't be as scary as I think it is.
That's
I
valid.
would way rather put it in a contact than do eyeliner, and I've done both.
It's there is we should
Alright,
do a
so-
watch along of that sometime.
So all right. Well, that makes me feel better if I ever wear contacts because eyeliner does not scare me. So if you think that eyeliner is worse, then that's
So-
reassuring.
So are we gonna have an AJ tutorial of putting on eyeliner? Because I'm totally gonna watch that one. If that's
Well,
It exists already.
It
As-
already
I've done a
exists.
makeup tutorial once.
Ben Bateman from the Schmodown and I, we lost a bet, and we had to do a makeup tutorial.
It's quite a watch.
It's quality entertainment.
It is.
I feel like we need to do a watch along on it one night.
It's fantastic. We
Now-
might put the link in the comments after this stream.
I'll put it up on the Twitter for certain. Ryan, our show always devolves at the end and usually just ends on the drop of a dime. Why don't you tell us about your new show before
Yeah.
we get to that
Plug-
point? Plug it
at the
early.
beginning.
Okay. Before we forget about it and drinking too much. Yeah, my show going on right now, Beyond the Neon Veil. It's a good show about Las Vegas, talking to tourists and locals, getting a peek behind that curtain, that whole idea of what happened in Vegas stays in Vegas isn't true. And so I'm just giving people a platform to talk about it. And we've had some really funny shows and some videos and pictures of things out there already. So if you guys haven't watched it yet, check it out. There's an actual old picture of me and Moose on Halloween that I put on that last show that him and I did. And We were babies. So
That sounds amazing.
it's fun. We don't take many pictures when he comes here because we don't want proof of the things that we've done, but we
Right.
just tell
I don't think
Because
they
what
have a
happens in
picture.
Vegas?
right?
I went to the Golden Knights game the last time I was there. I think that's the only pictures I took the entire weekend.
That
Smart.
entire trip, I don't think you were sober for. So it does not surprise me that there weren't photos of anything.
Hey, I learned something about the Golden Knights. They have a all-you-can-eat and drink package. It's the
Yep.
standing room only. It's so much cheap. It's so much better of a deal than getting the regular seats.
And there's no bad seats in that whole arena, so it's
That
it's
arena is
amazing.
awesome. I saw the Metallica show 2 nights later. That arena is fantastic.
Oh wow, nice. Love it.
By the way, guys, we just got a $20 donation from Skinamarink saying, "AJ, come upstairs."
Oh no.
So I've been upstairs since I got here.
Can I ask just a quick question?
Maybe there's another stairs.
What is this whole darkness thing, Aaron
Aaron-
Rodgers?
Aaron
What?
Rodgers is currently on a darkness retreat,
Okay,
figuring out what he wants to do with his NFL career.
retire is what he should do.
He's not going to them. I don't know exactly why he's not going to retire, because if he retires, he's in the same Hall of Fame class as Brady. So he's not going to be the headliner, so he's not going to do it.
No, he's gonna come to the Raiders and hopefully make us look good.
He's not even that old. I mean, there's no way he retires. As
He's-
being somebody from
He's
Wisconsin.
38, I think, 39.
That-
He's the same. He's the
39.
same. Yeah, he's actually now
66.
older than when
You
John
know what I mean?
John Elway retired.
And Brady's
So-
like 47.
Years, not
45.
old.
I also think the Raiders is the most likely destination. He goes back with Devontae because it sounds like it's the Raiders, and a lot of people think he's not going to go to the Jets because that's the exact Favre path. So it's not
Right.
going to happen.
That's a
haven't
bad
told-
PR move.
I told the boys good news.
Oh.
Y'all, I've done. How many years have I been football betting now?
This was your 5th year?
4 or 5 years. I don't know. I've been betting on football for 5 years. Fantasy football, pick'em, Super Bowl squares. I suck at all of it. I've never won anything ever. I want it to be known. Thanks to, I'm going to give an acceptance speech. I'm going to hold this Sharpie as my trophy. I would like to thank Dan Campbell. I'd like to thank the entirety of the Detroit Lions, even you, Jared Goff, for finally winning me some football betting money. I placed second in pick'em. I got money, and it is all because I bet on you. So I would just like to thank the Detroit Lions for this win.
She was
Woo,
the only
woo,
one,
woo,
like, for
woo.
the first their first like 5 wins, the only person in the list that picked the Lions, and she finished second in the league. So yeah, the Lions are definitely
If
largely
anyone has any
responsible.
recommendations of which jersey I should get, I'm leaning towards St. Brown, but you let me know.
You get Jamal Williams.
Jamal Williams,
Jamal
but
Williams is my other favorite player. I love Jamal
I just
Williams
don't
and
think-
I love Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I don't know if Jamal Williams is going to be like a long term. I think St. Brown will be on that team for a longer time.
So my thing was, you got Jamal Williams like a couple picks ahead of me when we did our fantasy football draft on live stream, and I had him in. I did about 40 plus
Best ball.
best ball leagues for
Yep.
fantasy football, and I had Jamal Williams in 37% of them.
Wow.
He had 17 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He was the
You know, he was
touchdown leader. this
phenomenal.
season.
His rushing yards were not that great, but he got all the touchdowns.
I love his
And I
passion.
got
I
him.
love his play. I mean, Jamal Williams is my boy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, what can I say? I'm officially a Detroit Lions fan, everyone. I've converted. I love them.
So I'll ask you a question, Ryan. Since we're talking about sports gambling, have you been involved with or next to somebody who's made a real ridiculous sports bet in Vegas?
Yeah. I had a friend who moved here who was a Raider faithful, and like the first week he was here, I think he walked in and dropped $2 or $3 grand just in one day, just on bets because he just felt it. And I went there with him, and I was just mind blown. Just like, really, dude? Come on, let's go drink with that. Let's go party with that $3 grand. Why bet it? It's Vegas. Come on, it's Vegas.
You're
Like,
not
last
going to
night,
win.
Choices were made. Did he lose all of that money?
Yeah, because he did like a 4-way parlay, so like he had 4 games that he was betting on. It was bad.
With
It
thousands.
was really. And then now that it's a mobile app, he's betting constantly. So every time I'm hanging out with him, his phone's out and he's betting on something.
Oh
Come
no.
on, come on.
Okay,
That's
here's
why
the line.
yeah.
Here's the line. and it was just established this year. If you bet on the Pro Bowl, you have a gambling addiction.
I feel like with prop bets too, first touchdown, field goal, all that. Those prop bets are crazy. Heads or tails in the Super Bowl.
What did you bet on the Pro Bowl?
So I've never bet on the Pro Bowl, but we did play a drinking game once, and we literally had the rule was if there was a punt, you had to shotgun 2 beers if a punt happened. We did not have to do that.
Oh God, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah. Congratulations to the Pro Bowl games for having punters actually punt balls a couple times. They missed.
The punter at the Pro Bowls, it's just a vacation.
Oh yeah.
Who were the punters?
No, Townsend would have been replaced because he made the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah.
They were punters.
Although Tommy Townsend, number 1 punter in my heart, as well as his brother, who's number 2 punter in my heart. But I don't know if you're on a team right now, Johnny. But I love both of you.
I think next year they should do a thing for the punters where it's just basically like you have to have McAfee come out of the announcing booth and come in cold and just see what he can do.
I think you put them in the QB contest, but they got to kick the ball. So like the same thing the QBs did, but they got to kick it.
I'd watch that.
Hit those targets. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you hit them,
Yeah, I'm into that.
I mean, they hit the cameras all the time, or the lines, holding the camera, so whatever.
Okay, you're supposed to hit the camera. That's the game.
The
That would
game
be
is
awesome.
actually,
Cross the
how much expensive equipment can we break and go?
I've been on that field, at that Raider field. They had a ticket holder type party down there, and talk about just a crazy place to be down on that field and seeing everything around you, especially in that stadium. I can see how they would hit the cameras and crap though too, because those lines they hang down so low, man.
Right.
They're not high as everyone thinks they are. It's crazy.
I've never been on the actual turf. I've been on the field, like at concerts and things like that. I've been on the ground level at several football stadiums. I've been to Soldier Field. I've been to the original Veterans Stadium before they had the link. Giant Stadium, the original one, also MetLife. I've been to a bunch of them, and they always put grading over it though. So if you actually got to walk on the
it was like their practice field or something like that. One of the fields, so it was like that real turf type grass. It was really cool.
That is cool.
It was fun.
And we're in the stands for Metallica in New Jersey.
Oh, we're in the nosebleeds.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
Yes. That's cool. That's cool for me because I want to explore the stadium kind of thing. It
is one of the most there is nothing defining about this. It's MetLife Stadium in Jersey. There is no defining aspect of that stadium. The big thing is it has the 4 screens in the 4 corners of the stadium, and that's its only factor. It is the most boring stadium to look at and be in.
I mean, no offense, but it looks kind of like a boring stadium every time I see it. It kind of has to be because it's 2 teams are sharing it, so it's you can't really put that much personality either way because you got to swap colors and all that jazz basically every week. And I will say that having attended many concerts, obviously one of the closest stadiums to me growing up where I did was Tampa. And having attended many a concert there, Raiders owner,
all right, we're gonna need a story here.
Wait.
That really happened, yeah. Mark Davis, the owner, he bought the WNBA team, the Las Vegas Aces, here in Vegas, and a friend of mine had floor seats, and we were sitting there, and he was 3 seats away from me, and I was like, all right, I went, sat over with him, took a picture, chatted with him a little bit. He's
so rich that he owns an NFL team and a WNBA team.
To be fair, the WNBA teams are on the cheaper spectrum.
But still, he owns.
He is the least rich NFL owner.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, the Jaguars guy is hella loaded. I know that much. He owns a
Tony Khan.
Premier League team as well.
And he gave his kid money to run a wrestling league.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Las Vegas gave him so much money for that stadium and to convince them to move here. So,
I need details. Did you meet him because you identified his haircut first?
Ha.
From behind, yes, that's how I knew I was
No,
walking
wait,
down.
I
But
wanna see this now.
It's so bad.
his haircut's so iconic. It's crazy. But he's an interesting dude. We'll say that right now. Just having that conversation with him was very,
First of all,
very
Mark
interesting.
David, that's a very like generic name.
Okay.
Oh my
so-
god, that is terrible.
Yeah, like a bowl cut.
You have that much money and
Let me
that's the
see if I
haircut
can get a
you
picture
go
of him up.
for?
It's a $50,000 haircut right there, probably. What do you bet?
It is.
You were saying, what was the stadium you said? You said Tampa was good. What was the other one you said?
Oh no, I was saying, growing up, going to many concerts at Tampa, literally every
my gosh.
musician, artist, whoever plays there has to point out the pirate ship. Like you're not aware of it. Like they're like, "That's a
Right.
pirate ship." Like that. I mean, it is a nice stadium, but it's just like it's funny. Like every single person ever is so hyped that there is a pirate ship. They're like, "There's a pirate ship."
Because
And
it's
like,
different.
yeah, there is.
You know, they had the audacity to try to nickname that stadium, the Raider Stadium, the Death Star, which I don't fucking understand.
doesn't
Because
look
it looks
like
nothing like a Death Star
What's an odd choice?
at all. It's weird.
So
I don't like it.
Our new stadium, it's called Ed Market Arena. We actually, this is for Ryan, this is appropriate because we have a ECHL team that is the minor league affiliate of the Golden Knights.
Mhm.
They're called the
True.
Ghost Pirates, and they also have a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
first of all, Ghost Pirates is tight. I think his name is Davey. That's his name as the mascot.
Yeah, Davy's the mascot.
I love it.
So it's
I
like
love it
Davy
already.
Jones. They have such a cool little.
There it is.
Their logo's awesome.
Like
Oh yeah.
that is
So good.
He looks like that. I think you should leave sketch.
Mhm.
It's like he's
I
trying
know
I
to.
just don't want to be
Yeah.
around.
It's like a
anymore.
bowl cut mullet.
Yeah, it's
It's a
really
yeah,
is.
a
That's
mullet.
Talk about
like the
business
two
in the
worst
front, plug in the
haircuts
back.
combined into one.
Okay, so WNBA, by the way, I always thought if this was in my city, I'd be a fan. And it's kind of funny because my oldest sibling, my brother, when he lived in Phoenix, the punishment for being last place in the fantasy football league one year was you have to go to a WNBA game alone. That's a little
weird.
misogynistic. A little
bit.
It's
kind
a
of
little I'm offended. As a woman, I'm offended if
What-
that's considered a
What
punishment. I would be
happened?
honored to attend a WNBA game.
Well, here's
What
the thing with
happened
WNBA.
though was that guy got super addicted to the WNBA and tried to bring the friends all the time.
See?
What happens with any? I always find this with a lot of sporting events. When I was younger, there was a professional roller hockey league that my father and I got season tickets to, dirt cheap, and they were so much fun. Like I had so much fun in those games, more so than like professional games, just because of everything they did with the crowd and everything.
Right.
I feel like a lot of times the smaller the crowd, the more fun you have. But like what I was going to say about the WNBA is like their mistake is that they went to a lot of major cities. If they went to college towns or cities that don't have a professional team, they would get more
They would,
people to
yeah.
go. They picked the wrong market.
Well, I
Yo,
understand
I'm in
it.
Omaha. I would
Yeah.
go.
Exactly. Case in point.
I think that was like, where has an arena that we can put this? They didn't want to like
And
pay for the infrastructure.
You want like
but-
an 8,000 to 10,000 seat arena, not these
Yeah,
like
you don't need
20,000
anything
ones.
huge.
Well, they're playing in like the arenas they use for the NCAA tournaments and stuff. That's where they play normally in one of the hotels, Mandalay Bay or MGM. So
Oh,
it was interesting. Good times.
Oh, it's definitely-
I hear Mandalay Bay and I get that smell in my nose. That pina
Have a
colada.
distinct smell.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever smelled Mandalay Bay. Have I? No.
Yeah, when you're walking through the lobby, the entire place smells like a pina colada.
I'm into that. Sold.
So, fun fact about Mandalay Bay, they have a concert venue there called The Beach, which is like my favorite place to go hang out. It's outside and it's water, but sand leading up to the rest of the building. So when you're standing out watching the concert, you're standing in sand or ankle deep water, and the platform's raised, and it's really, really cool.
How big is it? Like how many people fit in it?
It's giant because there's actually a wave pool on the other side of it. So it's just one big ass like swimming pool area that they make into a stage too. So
That's wild.
yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Guarantee that I stand in the water because I don't really do sand. But other than that, I'm into it.
So
Do you
like
hate
who have you
sand?
seen there?
Funny enough, I saw 98 Degrees when they did a comeback tour like a year and a half ago. Yeah, I know, weird, but
No, that
I went-
is.
it was funny, dude. It was really funny. The crowd part was the best part. But Sublime played last year, and that was probably the greatest show I've seen.
Sense for a venue like that.
I could see
Yeah.
Sublime.
For legal reasons, you have to call them Sublime with Rome.
With
I'm
Rome.
sorry.
Sublime with Rome.
This is a prestige program.
That right there, both of those make sense for a venue like that. So I get both of that.
It's good.
Was Vanessa Lachey present for this moment?
Not
Because
that I
as a
know
big
of.
Love is Blind fan.
Oh yeah, we still haven't watched the
I
new
don't
season.
watch
We're so
that.
bad about
We're
that.
so behind. But yeah, I love the Lachey's. Vanessa's great. 10 out of 10. And then they did the Ultimatum.
That's
which
right.
I never watched that one. I heard that one wasn't as good though. So
Y'all remember when 98 Degrees did Stolen Valor with Latino Pop and did Uno Noche? Anyways.
You
Okay,
did
so
that up.
have you guys ever heard of Bryce Vine?
No.
Musician.
Goog-
So he's really big on the
Googling
West
now.
Coast. He's like a I don't know, reggae pop type. He opened for Sublime. And it really shows how no one knew him because he was walking around outside the venue before the show even started. And I walked up to him and said, hi. Kat was with me along with some other friends, and they thought it was some friend of mine. They're like, Ryan, who the hell is this dude you're trying to introduce us to? The opening act, guys. Like, come on. Are you kidding me? God.
it's a big deal.
If it's any consolation, sometimes like recognizing somebody who's pretty damn famous in music, like they can go incognito. Just recognizing a famous person, sometimes
Right.
it just looks like a dude. Like when Jack White was in Omaha, I want to say it's 2013, 2014, the dude busked on the street downtown for like hours. Undetected.
Well, didn't they
Yeah.
do that with like Henry Cavill went to Times Square because it was the whole like joke of like,
And he was
oh, you can't tell the difference between Clark Kent and Superman, and then he like legitimately went out to Times Square and with a big Superman billboard like right there, and one
Nobody-
person stopped him in like 2 hours or something. Like if you're not seeing someone in the element that you're
used
expecting to
seeing
see them, then like your brain can't compute it. I feel like.
Or how Tom Cruise apparently puts on a baseball cap and goes into AMC theaters.
at the theaters, yeah.
Like it's, but I would believe it because you're not expecting Tom Cruise to be behind you in an AMC theater. The Nicole Kidman, I always expect to just sneak up behind me and tell me about how they're making movies better. But Tom, I would not expect.
Yeah, you just be like, oh, that guy looks like Tom Cruise, kind of.
Not like, oh, that for sure has to be Tom Cruise because you wouldn't,
Well, it's funny because you wouldn't think that too. Because when I first moved here, I was just walking out of a concert and I ended up passing this guy and with this like short dude, really tall, hot blonde wife. Didn't think anything of it, said hi, kind of chatted him up and walked away. It was freaking Rod Stewart. And it totally just didn't even realize.
The residency there for a long time, right?
Yeah, And I didn't know about it until the people in front of me, they started pointing it out. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Rod Stewart, I guess.
Oh, everybody's got their crazy, anybody's been a tourist in Vegas has their crazy Vegas story. Can I bore you with mine?
Yeah,
Are you
go
okay
for
with
it.
that? Okay, so
what you do AJ, is you pitch to go on the show.
I was going to
but
say, you go on Ryan's show
But I
for this.
guess if you want to give him a freebie
no,
here.
it's a quickie. So my former fiance's 21st birthday actually proposed to her this weekend. That weekend. So
In Vegas?
I'm getting in Vegas. Basically the marriage capital of the world. I propose because I half-ass everything I do. Yes, I know this. But she's in bed the last night before we fly out, 6:00 in the morning. And I go down for my last cocktail in Vegas. We're staying at MGM Grand. I go to the whiskey bar there, the Whiskey Tango, and I order an old fashioned. That spurs a competition where all 5 bartenders working at Whiskey Tango want me to judge their old fashioned competition. I only get charged for 1 drink, mind you.
Nice.
So I'm handing out drinks to everybody because I don't want to drink 5 old fashions. And this guy, ball cap on, kind of low. It's like, hey man, you want this? Sure. I look at him like, I've already been drinking at this point. You're dude from A Knight's Tale. It was Alan Tudyk.
Wow.
You've not
How
told
have
that
I
story
never
before.
known that you've met Alan Tudyk? What?
And I said, "You're Knight's Tale." And
Nice.
he says,
Very nice.
"Cheers, mate." And
That's
disappears
cool.
into the casino lobby.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
So I don't have one
Like, I
quite as
love Alan
cool as
Tudyk.
that, but like we went. There's a casino in Tampa, and we would go there whenever we went to a concert, usually before and or after the concert if we went out there. And I was sitting at a blackjack table once, and Bethany plays slot machines, so she's usually not with me at the tables. But we're just sitting there, and just like out of the blue, and apparently this is just a regular occurrence because he lives there. Professional wrestling legend Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South, just comes walking through, and he has his like old jacket on and stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh yeah, he's here every day." We're like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Jimmy Hart
every day. I mean, I guess if you have the money, you can go and do that.
But Jimmy Hart's like that's one of the most, if you watch wrestling in the 80s and 90s, that's an icon.
Right.
You are like a wrestling magnet, though. Like you just always, which of course, living in Florida, you don't run into a lot.
They
of
all
wrestlers
live here
that's where
because
they all
there's
live, but
there's no state income tax. I'm sure some of them probably live in Vegas too for the same reason.
Yeah.
the two
He did
states.
not have the megaphone.
This is one of our last nights, so we're gonna live in a state that doesn't have state income tax.
Juice. Have you been to Vegas?
No, I've only been to a casino once, which was when I think I was 21, but my buddy was only 18 or 19, and he was like, "We're gonna drive up to the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan." Which, hang on, let me. For
Welcome
those
back.
not familiar with the Midwest, so you see that part of Michigan. I live on that bottom east part of Wisconsin, so you can drive up about 3 hours and you're in Michigan, UP there, and there's a
Wait, but
casino
there's
there.
a lake there. Is there a bridge to get over?
No. You see the top part of Michigan
Michigan's here.
Yeah. Oh.
is connected to Wisconsin, so you don't have
So
to drive
that's
around.
the UP.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
So-
there was a little hat on Wisconsin that was part of Michigan.
Yeah.
Let's play a little game.
So
What do people call Upper Peninsula residents? Like what do they call themselves? Anybody?
Europeans?
Anybody
well, I know
Juice?
it, but yeah,
I'm gonna go with Mike's guess. Yeah.
What was it?
Upians. Upians?
close.
I don't know.
No, they're Youpers.
Youpers.
Youpers. The Midwest is a wild place, and I love it.
There you go,
It's
Youper.
so cute.
Oh, you're a Youper, eh? Yeah, so there's because in Wisconsin you have to be 21 to go into a casino. So yeah, we drove up there,
But not in
And
Michigan. You can go up to the UP.
drove up to the UP, and yeah, it was like they always have it so like you win right away so that they hook you in,
Right.
and then yeah, you just lose everything the whole rest of the day. So I think I only lost like $100 because I was very playing very conservatively, but
What did you
Well,
play?
it
I didn't
What
have a
was
lot
your
of.
first play at your
Well,
wedding?
We did play blackjack for a little bit.
Yeah.
We had this really nice guy that was like, "Okay, you guys clearly like don't know what you're doing. I'll walk you through it." And then he left, and a different person took over. And like the game started, we had $20 on the table. Said like 5 words, like "oh, card, whoop, whoop, whoop," and it was like next thing you know, our just $20 was gone, and we're like, "All right, let's get out of here. Let's stop before we lose all of our money."
Okay, so this is where I propose what the show con went Las Vegas, probably 2025.
Yes, 2025. Let's go.
We'll
Okay,
be in touch,
um,
Ryan. We'll get the input on where, like getting to Vegas is the easiest thing in the world because you will get airlines,
Cheap ass
hotels,
flights.
everything is so cheap.
They pay you to go there.
They just want you to show up.
It's not your show business.
We're staying at Camelot, because not because it's the cheapest place anymore, but because it's on brand.
It is.
That's Excalibur would be us too.
Yeah. Oh, we can also listen. I won some good money on a punting slot at once in Excalibur. So
Is it all King Arthur references?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what Vegas is.
Yeah. I mean,
It-
back in the day, it used to be like way better because they had a show out front with Merlin and a dragon and shit like that. But it's just a castle. So
No, it's not nearly as
It's
no, not
It's
nearly
a-
as fun as it used to be.
absolute eyesore and kind of a pain in the ass, right? Is it
Yes.
still? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I talked about it on one of the earlier episodes for Beyond the Neon Veil. We stayed there one time, me and a bunch of buddies, and there was 5 of us in a room, and only one outlet freaking worked. So imagine all of us trying to rotate out our phones the entire time. It's like, okay, we got what we paid for. I mean, I get
What did that room cost? Like $20 a night, if that.
It was, and we were there for 7 days, and I think we spent maybe like $300 on the room. So,
But they charged by the hour.
well, and
Um,
we ended up winning so much while we played there because, like you guys said, we won there, and they comped our food for like 3 or 4 days. So I couldn't.
That's cool.
healthy Scalper.
So
I PLD on the hizzy. I got picked up from Excalibur by an Uber driver because I was like, we were out, and I was like, oh, we'll just get an Uber and go back to where we were staying. And it was his very first night ever being an Uber driver. And that was, I've never had that. Like, I was his first ride. And I'm like, what are the odds? And so then I felt like I was like kind of talking him through it. I was like, good luck, buddy. I hope you experience it. It was the
Okay.
summer. He was like picking it up for a little extra cash. And he's like, yeah, I've lived in Nevada for this. We like had this whole early time. And yeah, then I really just felt like I was like giving him a pep talk. And I'm like, you're doing great so far. You're gonna do so good.
Good job, sweetie.
Turned into this, but it did. So yeah, I'll never forget it. It was his
I
very
love
first
it.
Uber ride. I was like, yeah, I hope he's doing well, wherever he is.
So last
Yeah.
time I was there, like I said, I went we went to go to the Metallica concert. Used to have the excuse to go for the weekend, but they the fountains in front of the Venetian actually did something really cool because they knew we were all going to be there, and they knew that they kind of let it leak what time it was going to be, but they did a fountain show to the Ecstasy of Gold, which is Metallica's intro music.
that's dope.
So there was like 300 Metallica fans waiting for it because we all knew what time it was going to be at, and then they did a fountain show to that, and I was like, that's awesome.
Sometimes Vegas will come through and do some cool shit. They when the Game of Thrones was ending, the Bellagio fountains did a whole Game of Thrones type thing. They had a video screen on the water, so they had a dragon flying through it. Like, it was pretty legit. They really do well, but when it's worth their while,
Right.
Well,
When they know it's
And-
going to benefit them.
Yeah.
my
I do
favorite
like-
people watching experience ever was in Vegas because when we were at MGM, Miley Cyrus was performing at MGM
Oh, I bet there
and
was.
sitting in the casino lobby before the concert.
Oh, sure.
And I imagine that that's got to
be.
be some kind of fun that you get to experience.
I honestly, there is times I'll go at least once a month to the Strip, like on a weekend morning, go find somewhere just to hang out and just drink and people watch because it's glorious. The
I
things you
love the
hear,
little
things you
bars,
see.
like the little sidebars that aren't in part of the casinos to do exactly what you just said. Just sit there and just chill out. Yeah. Because you can get stuff for dirt cheap still.
Oh, yeah. Well, so like I normally go to I'll go to Mandalay or Excalibur, and they have these 2 beers and a shot for like $15 to $16, depending on what beers you get. So I'll just, double fisting beers, walking down the Strip, just people watching, just laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is all the people who sell the waters on the bridge over the strip. You get fined like every day, but they're like, it's
Right.
cool because they make it all back.
Oh, easily sell for $1, and they're not paying nearly as much as for all that. It's a good gig. It's a good gig.
They'll get their $50 fine every day, but they make a couple hundred.
Yeah, get your profit. You're good to go.
Well,
Good to go.
like I those spray painters who do like the galaxy paintings and stuff.
Mhm.
My old boss was one, and he worked with the guy that when you're in the what's it called, Miracle Mile.
Yep.
No?
Yep. On the Strip, yeah.
Yeah, basically the guy who does those spray paintings is if you need the name, I can give you my boss's name. But if you mention, oh yeah, I know this guy, it's like, oh shit, and then he just sits and talks with you because like I sold paintings for my old boss for those galaxy paintings and stuff, and it's like
Cool.
the craziest thing that those people go through, like what their street art is, and like I don't know. Now I just want to go to Vegas. Fuck. Sorry.
I know.
I mean, you guys can go. We can live stream it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, we do live. But I was
Vegas
gonna say,
Con 2021.
Ryan, like what currently? I haven't been there in a few years, and but like, what would you consider like the most ridiculous show or residency going on right now? Because that's the one that we would need to go to.
Yeah. And True wants to show
God, all those Cirque du Soleil shows are so much fun. They're all
I went
so
to Ka.
freaking crazy. Ka's good. Ka's really good.
I saw Ka.
They just opened a new one, and I tout this all the time. They might as well sponsor me at some point. It's called Bad Apple at New York, and it's trippy. It's super trippy and super fun to go watch.
New York's another hotel we would have to consider as a what the show hotel because that's so camp. It's so
I love it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
Ride the
used
roller
to.
coaster.
They did back in the. I mean, I've been there twice, and I went about 15 years ago. And they had back then at their little pizza place. It was 2 slices of pizza and a banquet for $5.
Mhm.
A course banquet?
Yep.
Wow.
It's probably. I'm gonna. I mean, this is a long time ago. I bet it's about 10 now. But
So they actually, I think the pizza place you're talking about, they closed that one. The one upstairs.
No!
Yeah.
They closed your pizza place.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not. Yeah, it sucked. They changed it a lot, man. It's not fun.
One thing that I've learned though, especially for fucking tourists like us, is you can go anywhere in the country and like say if you're at Mandalay Bay in that pizza place, and you mention, hey, I work in the mall. You get a mall employee discount.
Anywhere?
Anywhere where you're in a mall, you say, hey, I work in the mall, and you can tell them what store. Oh yeah.
I'll have to
There you go.
remember that. I'll go give that a try at Miracle Mile. I'll let you know how that works
Yeah.
out for me.
I was good. The other one I was gonna mention. I think I'm trying to remember which hotel it was in. It's one of the ones that basically has the casino and then has like an actual like shopping mall like in it. In the beginning, they have a sporting sportswear shop. Like
So
a Jersey.
it's a Vegas casino of some sort.
no.
I
I'm
imagine
saying,
Planet Hollywood is what you're thinking then,
yeah,
because that one has them all.
but the shop had like all the old XFL jerseys. It had like any movie jersey you could think of, and all of them. They were super expensive, but I walked in there, I was like, oh my god, this is like a shut up and take my money place.
The fake jerseys, the one that I want so badly is the MacGruber UTEP jersey.
I mean, the one that stood out to me when they had the Mighty Ducks jerseys back then, but they had the old XFL one, so they had the He Hate Me jersey. I was like so
Oh, I
tempted
remember
to
that.
buy the He Hate Me jersey.
Be right back.
I'm not torn
Right back.
on whether or not I think the What the Show Con should happen in Vegas or in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I don't know. Can we do both?
I mean-
2024 be the Youpers and 2025 be Vegas. We gotta
That would
we
be-
start small and then you gotta build it up.
That'd be a hoot. I bet we could stay. My buddy's uncle has like a massive like estate in the UP. We could see if we could
We
stay
are
there
going.
and
I love that. But what I love about Vegas though is we'd get a lot of our LA friends would be able to come and see us very easy. So
Well, true.
no, for
I'm-
sure.
we-
No,
I'm
that would
saying,
be,
like-
that would be really fun.
Do like a tour, like we're a band, you know? Like we do like the Southeast, we do the Midwest, we do the
go to-
West Coast.
we're getting to Winnebago.
We could do them
Yeah.
all.
Go to New York for PLD. Yeah,
Yeah.
Alabama for Jake.
Oh, no.
Chicago for
They could just come visit us in Georgia.
yeah. Jake will go to all of them.
Alabama.
Chicago for Rob Fishback and
Peggy's
Yeah.
there.
LA for Matt Munoz and
Our other cousin, we have, cousin Ryan,
Cousin Ryan,
and then we have cousin
Oh, yeah.
Rob.
Cousin Rob, yeah.
Cousins.
Hey, Vegas, we would have stories for sure here.
Oh, there would be stories.
I'm sure that we would all lose track of time very quickly.
What
Yeah.
I would-
What happens in the UP stays in the UP. We can make sure.
yeah. Oh yeah. That would
I didn't even know the Upper Peninsula existed until about 20 minutes ago, but I'm obsessed with it now.
So if we do the Uber trip, we have to find out if we can Airbnb the American Pie 2 summer house.
Oh shit.
Wait,
yes.
is that in the UP?
It at least was set in the UP.
Oh, but yeah, is it there?
I'll
Actually,
Google it right now.
Good.
That would be
Look
cool.
that up. We need to look into that. We will
look into that
Airbnb
right
that house, And then we're staying in Excalibur's. It's sorted.
I mean, we can totally do a whole Hangover and Ocean's 11 type style, you know.
Oh,
party
we're
and stuff.
definitely recreating like a little Ocean's 11 moment in front of the fountain. Like it's happening for sure.
We just
We
got a
definitely wouldn't be
$5
getting this.
Streamlabs, by the way, guys, from John Lastrina saying, "Family bicker,
Family.
customers complain, everyone blames Taka. Have no piece of brain. Taka Tanaka."
Thank you for that one, John Lastrina. # family. We love you.
That's the homie right there, John Lastrina.
Oh, man.
Has John Lastrina signed up for a Fast and Furious match for Moose and Benny yet?
He needs
I
to.
I don't think, and you know what? Now that you say that, I'm going to go ahead and drop this here because I know Moose is here. So I'm putting together a team, a Twitch team, my buddies who play Twitch, and we want to challenge you guys
We
on
will
a Drunk trivia
happily
match.
accept that.
So I'm gonna talk to Moose,
Oh.
bring some plan because I haven't played yet and they haven't played yet, and we want to play you guys. So
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
is it like
we haven't
general-
played yet.
General movie trivia or a theme?
I would like it to be a theme, but we'll see what Moose and Benny say. It's all up to
Okay.
them. They write the matches, so I just want to play. You guys seem fun, and I mean, you're probably going to beat the crap out of us because we're just gamer nerds. But you know, bring it on.
Well,
Wouldn't
like-
beat the crap out of you, real debatable.
Here's the thing with me. Like
We're
I am the
50-50.
streakiest trivia player. I will either get like 90% right or 10% right, and there's no in between.
well, and I would try to put it in like what seems like maybe your field since you're all gamers, but is actually our field in video game movies. But
No, we could,
You can
yeah.
do a little
But-
both.
Mhm. Again, as long as
Saint Rick challenged me to a video game match, and I gotta tell you, if I'm gonna cut a promo live on air, Mr. Saint Rick, it is on like Donkey Kong, which I am being told is a video game, sir.
that was beautiful.
That was good.
Wow.
That's all I got. For
I'm
promo.
frightened. I wouldn't want to face that.
I'm on his team and I'm nervous. Oh.
Moose and Benny are doing such a great job, and Ryan, like we love the Ask the Bartender segment on that. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
you know, I do have a question, like maybe a little behind the scenes, but who came up with the idea to have that as the mechanism?
So it was kind of a group effort on that. I know Benny and Moose wanted me to be a part of the show in some way. And so I thought, all right, let me have a shtick. I will go with the shtick. They asked me to be bartender, and I get to write a lot of those bartender hints myself. So
That's awesome.
they write the questions, answers. I go back through and write the bartender hints to fit me. If you've watched some of the guest bartenders don't follow the freaking hints and shit goes sideways, but
Peggy.
Peggy, I love you, Peggy, but good God.
Yep, I'm here, right, Robert.
Look at him. He's so cute.
Robert,
Love it.
Not this paycheck, but the check after. You'll see me with frames on the show.
Hey
That's
now.
it.
All right, well, I'm gonna buy some fake ones off Amazon
Just-
so I can be cool. with
Just
them.
cut just get the frames and don't put the.
No, they sell like fake glasses. That's the thing
Oh,
for people who
See,
I don't know, want
100%.
or something.
Ryan, we would love to play you.
I'm excited. My team's just now hearing about it too, so they're probably gonna be mad at me later when I jump on.
They're like, what did you sign us up for?
Okay, so gaming wise, what's your deal?
So right now we are big on Call of Duty and Rocket League, and I'm the
Rocket League.
comedic relief of the group. They're all the big, they all want to be real streamers. I just call them out for their bullshit when we play. So
So you're the important part.
yeah, I'm not good compared to them. I just make them laugh constantly. So that's my
So
Nice.
I only play 2 games, and that's Fire Emblem and Mario Golf. Those are my
Nice.
2 franchises. And I've been trying to get Juice here, who also played. He played 3 Houses. I've been trying to get him to get engaged.
Oh, I'll get
So
it
that's my thing.
eventually here.
It's basically just anime chess that makes you hate yourself.
that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Same thing. And I just played Fire Emblem and Wii Golf
So
And
through
you're
the
great.
lens of
I love
90s
Wii golf.
baseball
That's some fun
players.
stuff. I get you that. That's fun.
It's
Um,
great.
Wii golf is the best.
Sammy Sosa just set the record. Not good. He's a cheater. He's got probably
Damn you, Sammy Sosa.
a fake club, like a corked club or whatever. First
No.
game out of the bat, and he just
Anyone ever wants to play some drunk driving like Mario Kart? Let's go. Drunk driving Mario Kart is one
I
of
don't
the
have a
funnest things
system
to
right
do.
now, but if you had,
Oh, yeah.
if you had a 64 and if you can find a Nintendo 64 for when we were in Vegas,
Yes.
I have an-
sign
I have a Nintendo 64. I don't have Mario Kart though. So somebody can
Yeah.
find Mario Kart.
We started
Now-
playing it. The GameCube Double Dash version was our jam for the longest time of
Oh, nice.
oh.
If anyone would like to play me in a rousing match of Dr. Mario, it
Yes.
is-
I have the NES Classic. I could bring that with.
We played a
yeah,
lot
same.
of that during
lockdown.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
If I had kept that in a box, that would have been worth quite a lot, but it was worth
Yeah,
it for
You
lockdown.
know what? I have no regrets taking it out of the box.
yeah.
It's
My
fun.
grandpa trained me to be a Dr. Mario champion.
Mario,
It's
yes,
he
fun
says.
to play one-on-one too. Like
He's from New York. He says Mario.
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 and I do have a question,
I'm a
Juice.
Mario.
Juice,
Yeah.
were you more Sammy Sosa? I think I know this answer. Or
Oh, Mark McGuire all the way. Although I did love them both. Like I grew up playing backyard baseball 2001, so it had basically all the great 90s players were in that game. And I always had Sosa on my team. I always had McGuire on my team. I always had Canseco on my team. I always had Piazza on my team, and I always had Griffey.
Mhm.
So,
so there was a
those were
game
like the
back
big
in the
five.
day on the original Nintendo. It's called Baseball Stars, and they had a team called the American Dreams. And it's like every classic baseball player, both from pitching and hitting, you literally would go up to bat. And so of the 9 players, 6 of them, if they made contact, it was a home run. Because you had like Babe Ruth, you had like Lou Gehrig, you had like Lefty Girl, like so many classic baseball. Willie Mays was on, like all these classic baseball players. This team was the biggest cheat team in any game I've ever seen in all
That's
time.
awesome.
Yeah, of course, Field, he knows it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
favorite.
that was like my favorite baseball game of all time. The Japanese team was really, really good too, but the American Dreams, they were unbeatable.
The Ken
So
Griffey-
baseball
Ken
stars
Griffey
came out
baseball.
after the lawsuit. Do you know about the child who sued Nintendo and won?
What? No.
Okay, so there was a Super Nintendo generic baseball game, right?
Okay.
And it promised realistic rosters and baseball management. So he wanted to buy this game and do like baseball manager stuff, and it wasn't any of the real players. It wasn't licensed by the MLB. So he sued Nintendo. This like child sued and won for false advertisement
Wow.
on a
That's
video
amazing.
game.
I'm jealous of that.
Yeah.
It's
How much-
such a cool
Nintendo's
story.
got buku bucks. How much money did he make?
For real.
I can't remember if it was just he sued for the refund, but a lawyer went in for punitive damages. I can't remember what it
probably-
was. His dad was a lawyer, so that's why they kind of figured this out.
Hmm.
Yep,
It's a
that would be
cool ass story that I vaguely watched on the YouTube video essay that you could probably be using
That
your
was-
time better to go and watch, but
That went better than the guy who tried to sue Pepsi or whatever. For
Oh, the jet. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, they offered it. I'd want it too. So, you know,
Yeah.
I kind of.
Can
I side with him a little bit, you know? Like, it was not abundantly clear that was not really a possible thing you could get.
Has anybody else watched the full documentary? I did
Yes,
actually.
I did, yeah.
Like he figured out the loophole how to buy the points. So, like, well, I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was like a fraction of what that jet would have cost.
Yeah, I think it was like $750,000 is what it ended up being if you just bought it straight out.
and it was like
Something
a $5 million jet, somewhere around there.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Like,
That
yeah.
sounds about right. Yeah.
crazy.
It's so crazy though that he found a way to get like 750,000. Like that still is an insane amount of money to me that he was able to scrounge up, but still obviously much cheaper than the jet would have cost.
Yeah, can I retroactively sue Sony for the American Spider-Man 2 trailer promising to feature more Paul Giamatti Rhino than what we got,
Yes.
Talk about a
Um,
tease, man.
and having cut
Jeez.
lines cut out?
Only if you can
I
actually sue
agree with
Sony
that.
for the trailer that had the Twin Towers reflecting in Spider-Man's eyes in the original movie.
I just dropped something.
That would
Sorry.
be a good.
No, I think you guys gave a
No.
great yikes
I
reaction.
think that was
to what I
that
just
was an
said, too.
appropriate yikes response to that. In fairness.
Yeah,
So,
it's
we're going through, like, we're moving on, and we've been staying at my parents. And I found a bunch of my old stuff. I found the Everybody Take a Drink posters from when I moved to worked at the movie theater,
Hey.
and amongst them, I found the original date Spider-Man 2 teaser poster. So it has the incorrect date on it.
Oh wow.
So we're hoping
Ooh.
maybe we could sell that for money.
I looked it
Yeah.
up. It's not worth. I mean, it's okay. I could get a
Maybe
decent
it's just
amount, but
before
not.
to happen. I don't know.
I think it
Not
it
worth
sells
it.
like $50.
I mean, Spider-Man 2
But-
is a great movie. That's a good poster to have.
It's the best.
Yep.
if you had the Twin Towers eyes Spider-Man one poster,
Those
though,
ones are
That
because they
one
recalled
is
those. They
worth, yeah.
the theaters asked those to be destroyed. So if somebody had one of those. Those are worth a
Is
mint.
12. Yeah. One of us would have worked during at the movie theater during that time. Yeah.
I mean, I did, but I was there when the movie was already out.
So they had obviously already pulled that poster at that point.
By the way, Ryan, if somebody mentioned that they worked in a movie theater, you have to drink for it. I'm so sorry.
It's what the show for.
Also, if there's like a certain director of like Inception,
Inception,
or the
Dark
Dark
Knight.
Knight trilogy, or
We have to drink whatever that man's name is named.
Who's that guy again?
I don't think I understand who you're talking about. What?
Christopher fucking Nolan is just
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of drink.
an absolute hack.
What a hack.
That hack. So
He's
Ryan,
making
we
his
also
movie
do,
I like
about.
his movies.
I
we
mean,
do
he's
something
making
on here called the we do a heroes bracket and a villains bracket, and we haven't said this yet on air, but we're gonna do it for March this year.
Oh yeah.
Since March is March Madness bracket time, we're gonna do our brackets in March. Christopher Nolan was the runner-up in the villains bracket last year. He made it to the finals, but he lost to Bob Chapek. So
Which is fair. 'cause
Who will
Bob
no
Chapek-
longer need to be in the villains bracket
Hallelujah.
this year. since he is dead or he has moved on.
but one we actually
He might be dead.
we could not
Has anybody
go
heard
through-
about Bob Chapek for a while? What's
Yeah,
up
he
to?
might be. I don't know. I don't know his whereabouts anymore. Thank God. Good riddance.
But I was going to say we could not come. We came to our final three in the heroes bracket, and all of us were just like, we can't pick. So what we had Johnny Lawrence from Cobra Kai. He was named one. We had Hollywood's James Remar, who is like our
Legend.
yep. And
You're a jabroni.
we
What?
But
The
More
Deacons
time.
muted themselves.
and then we also had Brother Lomas was also named one of the heroes of What the Show. So it was a three-way tie for that. So
that was the
all of
wrong
them have
one.
the Hall of Fame.
I can see that with Lomas. I can totally see that with Lomas.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
May he rest in peace.
May he rest in
Wallace
peace.
Shawn.
Sad
Oh,
times.
Lomas, yeah.
Brother
Oh, yeah,
Lomas
well.
was on the show. The first time Brother Lomas was on our show, he went for almost 2 hours. I have not laughed that hard in a 2-hour span.
I also have no idea how
Like,
Benny did not break character.
Okay.
The man did not break character until the DVD.
It
The entire
was
time.
Insane.
So I just did a filming like a week and a half ago with Rachel Silverstreeny.
Yeah.
3 hours. 3 freaking hours. I had to cut her down. So when her show airs, it's going to be a 2-part episode, 2 different weeks. So just everyone know that hers
We
is
have a
coming
lot
out.
of stories.
Wow.
We digressed a little bit, but
Rachel
yeah, it was,
Silverstream telling Vegas stories.
I can only
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
not children appropriate. So no children, please don't watch that when that one airs.
Um,
Yeah, it was a good one. It was-
have you been watching the program
who? Her?
that we're on right now?
Have I yet? Yes.
Are you kidding me? We have lots of children viewers, AJ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
hers went a little sideways.
It's us and Blippy.
Oh.
Yo, that sounds amazing. If you and Rachel want to come on, do your own DVD commentary to that same episode,
We'll gladly have you on for that.
we are probably the most correct hosting space for something that just out of pocket.
I think her and I would be down for that. We'd probably digress again because that's just how her and I. That's what happened. So
Yeah, we haven't had Rachel on in a long time.
I know.
Since the
Rachel was
pilot.
at our wedding and stayed with Juice. They had an Airbnb together. And how long did the stream that she did that night last?
Oh, I have no idea.
6 hours.
Yeah, that was that was not one of my better nights.
That was the first
They
time we
claim that I almost puked on the Deacons are muted.
The Deacons are lit.
The Deacons.
Bringing it
I
to
always want to say that if I got you guys stoned, but I spoiled it.
Oh.
That's hilarious. That's so great. Rachel's supposed to come visit me soon, so we might have another live stream. So it'll be interesting.
keep us. We'll obviously we'll check on Twitter and everything to make sure. I will be there for live for that one.
She's hilarious.
That'll be a time.
It
Absolutely.
was so funny. I think it was like 6 hours.
Good
that
God.
whole thing.
It was absurd.
Because I think they're already going for like 2 hours, like when we got there. Because when we got
You
to
were
the
with me.
Airbnb, yeah,
Yeah, you were with me for like 2 or 3 hours before you
Right.
even got back to where they were streaming from.
right, and then right, it was just going on throughout the whole night, and
and like the What the Show pilot, she was also on.
No,
at
what?
one point.
Not the pilot. The first live stream. That's on your
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
she
Because
was.
we couldn't go live on this channel yet. And at one point she was just like, whose channel are we on, by the way?
Oh, wait, that wasn't the first one.
Well,
Was it?
the first episode is the pilot, which we pre-shot. Then you were the guest,
Yeah.
Right.
and
Oh,
that
was
the-
this? That's yeah. Okay.
the second?
Oh, the first
stream
one that was live. Yeah.
The first one that was live was supposed to be just Jada and Chance, and that stream went 6 hours and had half the
Yeah.
world show up.
Well, it's funny. We got on backstage. We were just bullshitting, and I told her, it's about this amount of time. And she warned me. I didn't believe her, but holy shit, she has stories, and she told them all almost. So
With
I
her
cannot
touring
wait.
experience
Yeah.
stuff, like I know you were just Vegas stuff, but with her touring experience, holy
Oh,
fuck,
yeah.
does she
Well,
have stories.
and that's what we digressed into because she, started talking about the touring, and I kind of just let it go, and it was a lot of good stories. So everyone needs to check it out when it comes out next week because it had me dying.
Yeah.
I've watched it like 5 times since I've edited it, and it's probably one of the funniest things that I've seen.
I can't
yeah.
wait, dude. Like you've not just like anybody else who's watching, which has been anywhere from 3 to 10 viewers tonight. People interchange, things happen, but I want to be a fan and I want to check this out as soon as we're like off stream, So take that as a credit because this sounds like fun.
I've actually watched all 4. I've been caught them all when they premiered, so I haven't seen like every episode start to finish, but I've caught at least a little bit of every episode. So
No, I appreciate that, man. They're a lot of fun to do, and I hope everyone enjoys them when they watch them. And just check out bits and pieces because there's just some funny stories, kernel of funny things in there. So
Yeah, dude.
yeah, I love it, and I hope you guys can come visit. And we can have stories, or shit, you can come tell your story again, AJ. Deacons, you can come tell yours too, because
we've both been there
Oh,
separately.
Yeah, separately.
Oh,
We've been
and-
separate on that.
Before we even knew each other,
Oh.
we've been to Vegas. Well, you knew me the one time. Obviously, you were in Vegas most recently.
It'll take some emotional pain for me to tell the entire story of going
Yeah.
with
AJ to get deep.
with
Oh, yeah.
my fiance for 4 years, and how her parents booked a Vegas vacation for us and came along, and how I
Oh, yeah.
proposed and all that shit.
You told that like probably 2 years ago on the show.
Yes.
A long
Yeah,
time
Like
we-
ago.
I
It
would need
is-
to, like I remember it
It's going back a
in
ways.
pieces.
Yeah,
But
it's been a
yeah,
while
I
since
have-
I remember.
Need to
I
hear
remember parts of it.
yeah.
Oh,
let's get drunk and tell that
this
story,
entire
AJ.
story. I will tell this entire story with you. It could be a fucking anybody who wants to like write a screenplay treatment for just a cringe comedy.
Good
It's
film.
film-like. You could
Mine-
do this.
My stories would not be
That's awesome.
quite as heavy. I do have a story that's pretty good. Some people in my family might not know about it. He knows about
So
it.
it's funny you say that because I just filmed one
Now.
last
Put
week.
it on the internet.
A buddy of mine just filmed one, and he told some stories that he's never told before. And I was like, "Are you sure you're okay with this, man? Because damn, like,
Yeah.
But he wants to share it, so good on him.
That's
Yeah,
what
it's good.
happens, cousin Ryan. You go on the show and the secrets. You're like
People don't
Barbara
open up
Walters.
to me.
You're like Oprah.
Just
Of,
tell
you
me
know,
everything.
Oh man.
you were like, damn it, cousin Ryan. I wasn't expecting you to get this out of me, but it's going.
That'll happen. I'm a good interviewer, I think. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll have you on and see what happens.
Your show is always entertaining.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
love
Like
it.
I actually kind of like the fact that you've had some people on that obviously haven't really been like in the streaming space before. So some of them look real low grain quality because they don't have the webcams and everything that a lot of people have, which I actually enjoy. I think
The
it's kind
fuck
of
you
like
saying?
charming. So I just kinda like
Talk to AJ or what? Like, what the hell, man?
because you're watching stories about Vegas on like people who don't normally go on
Yeah.
these streams and stuff like that. You're seeing like the lower, and I think that actually works with.
That was such a weird backhanded compliment.
No, it's meant to be a compliment. I absolutely mean that to be a compliment because you're hearing stories from people who normally aren't on this kind of stuff.
Right. Well,
Well,
and that's what I love. I love the fact that people are reaching out to me and who want to tell their stories, who aren't big and part of our world, who are outside of everyone that I know through the Schmodown and Moose and all you guys. So it's interesting stories, very interesting stories.
yeah. Well,
That is somebody who would be one of the most fun people to go to Vegas with. PLD, when we go to Vegas, PLD, you and Kim.
I take a
That's-
PLD and I
that's a
raise you as
definite.
Kim.
Yeah. Kim DeNuzio.
I would have the
Both.
best time in
Back
Might
Vegas.
Deal.
that is
Happy
very
birthday.
valid. Yeah, Kim DeNuzio.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Kim, by the way.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That might be the most fun person to go to Vegas with is Kim DeNuzio.
Yeah. If I was making a dream list of people to go to Vegas with, I wanted to be
Like-
Kim would be right on top.
I'm happy to play tour guide. So, if I get
You know,
blacked
that
out drunk,
would
as long
be
as you guys
very-
get home safe, I'm fine. So
That would be very fun for me because obviously the two of us living in a very touristy town, we play tour guide all the time. So it'd be fun to like let someone else take the reins. I'll be like, I'm at your leisure. Tell me what to do.
And here's the thing: is like I've learned this over time from people coming to Orlando. It's like I would love to hear your guidance, but I don't necessarily want you to be like just like you're showing me around. I want you to be having the time with it because there's a big
Yes.
difference between being a guide and being part of it.
Just 'cause
and
I
there's
love-
when Mike becomes fucking Weekend at Bernie's, he quits talking, and we are just going through the park.
I joke around that my love language is showing people around Disney, and I'm dead serious about it. Like it really brings me so much joy. I will plan you the best Disney vacation. Let me plan you a great vacation.
I love showing people around Vegas. I had friends, 2 couples come up this last year, and I was the 5th wheel, but I was fine because this is my town, man. I'll show whatever the hell you want. I'm blacked out drunk. I don't give a shit. Like, let's go. Let's have fun. I haven't got to tell my stories yet because a lot of my stories involve people who are going to be on the show, so I don't want to ruin it. But Moose told a few. We have some friends from New Zealand who came, and I showed them around for a weekend. So yeah, I know what to do, and I think I can show you guys a really good time that you would all probably won't want to talk about it again because it's just like one of those things you'll want to talk about afterwards. So
Oh,
Shit, that
I'm
happened?
sure, unless the lyrics start with 6 a.m. day after Christmas, I'll talk about it. That was a Ben Folds reference. Let's go.
I was like,
I love
what
Ben Folds,
song are
bro.
you referencing? Ben Folds. There you go. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Ninja.
yes,
Just, should we cap this off with an abortion joke or
What?
brick? Nobody? Okay.
Just you. Goodbye from Florida, everyone. We'll see you next time in a new state.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
You're a jabroni.